It's a night of firsts. Let's go cut some metal. What's up, folks? Back at her again in the old shop here. So it's kind of a milestone for me. I am about to cut my own keyway. Anyways, I got the milling attachment all set up. And I'll go by the steps in which I used to center it out and everything. And hopefully everything pans out. It usually does. We'll see. See you at the lathe. Alright, so here we are at the back of my lathe here. Hopefully you can see everything decent. Okay, so what I did, well, obviously I put the end mill in there. Using the block that I made for what's going to be my indexer, that's kind of going to be my makeshift V block for in this case. Might as well. It should hold it down pretty good. That'll be a good test to see how it locks. In any case, so I measured the diameter of the shaft that I'm going to be cutting into, as well as the end mill, which is a 3/16 end mill, which translates to about 188 thou. And then I took half of the diameter. You know, I touched off with a piece of paper, and I took half the diameter plus half the diameter of the end mill, I believe. And that should, you know, in theory, give me my center, my field centerish. It's really hard to see because it's kind of in the back of the lathe there. Like, you got a better view than I got. So this will be a little interesting. And yeah, so I got the dial indicator set up over here. And we got to do about 100 thou depth of cut. Or we got to go 100 thou deep. I'll probably just do it in 2 increments because it's just a little baby end mill. And I don't really got the RPMs for this small end mill. It should be cranked up there pretty high, but given my bearing and pulley situation, I am not going to go any further than that. So it's at about 780 RPMs. All right, so we'll bring her out here. Sorry if it's a little noisy over there. You're right beside the motor. So we'll touch off real lightly here. Touching off. Light touch there. Set our 0. Try to set our 0 somewhere on there. There we go. Bring it back. And then 50 thou, I guess. Not sure if that's too much or not enough, or we'll soon see. Squirt of oil on there. And this is all locked down. Gives a relatively stiff, so it should be there was nothing. Alright, well, that didn't go so bad. I'm really kind of new to milling, so I'm kind of sketchy on the whole subject. I don't know what I can do with it. The little sucker's holding up pretty good though. Shit, I think that'll be awesome. One more cut, I think we'll be happy. Alright, another 100 thou depth of cut, or 50 thou depth of cut. Unlock the carriage. 50 thousandths of an inch. Actually, I'm going to go an extra 5 thou just for good measure. Well, that was kind of uneventful. We'll see how straight it is, I guess. Just pull that back now. Yeah, give you guys a little bit better view of my belly. Well, hot damn. I'd say we're fucking dead on center there. Not sure how straight it is. Looks good though. Alright, let's head over to the bench and see if our arbor is done. I shouldn't have to mess with this too much. It's just a matter of centering it out again, which wouldn't be too hard. But yeah, for all intents and purposes, I think we're good. I'll see you over at the bench. Alright, so that went pretty smooth actually. Okay, let's test her out here. Oh yeah, that's a perfect fit. Perfect. I'd say that looks pretty good. Just got to get the right size key stock. I think that's like for a woodruff key or whatever you call them. No, I think that'll be just fine. It should line. Oh yeah, it'll line up nice. Yeah. Well, obviously not like that, but that'll hold it good. Well, that was easy. Right on. Arbor complete. Next item of business. We're going to have to take this and we got to cut. This will be, or no wait, that's the mandrel, right? Fuck. Yeah, that's the mandrel. Mandrel complete. We got to cut the arbor, I think, where it holds the cutter. Take a peek. I think that should be good. See, that's got to make enough room there for a tool to be just past half. So that's pretty freaking close. I think we might have to take it down a little bit more because that's where the tool's going to be. Right, it's going to be sticking out. Right about in there somewhere. But like I said, it's got to be, pretty sure, it's got to be something like that when it's cutting. You know, as it spins, it's got to be just on the other side of that half mark. So, mind you, we can adjust for, you can just adjust the grind on the tool. That might be good enough. I don't want to take too much meat out of there. So we might just adjust the grind on the tool. Yeah, I'm going to set up the drill and let's start indexing some holes. Alright, so what my original plan is, like I was going to use a smaller end mill, but due to my present situation, I think I bust them all already. So I'm going to just kind of put a couple little divots in there, just so the drill bits don't wander off. And yeah, that's my little setup there. I just kind of buzz some get in there. Just buzz some little round stock in there for a makeshift V block for now. Pretty sure that end mill is super dull. Anyways, yeah. So I'm gonna put index the marks in there. Put a couple little dents in there with the end mill here, and that way the drill bit shouldn't wander off, and it should be. And I'll be able to check the markings and stuff too, and probably do the corner holes with I don't know what I got there, 732, and then the 1/4 inch for the middle. Okay, so I'm just gonna get everything loosened up here a little bit so I can actually move stuff, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I think we're just pretty much ready here. This is where backlash comes to haunt you, I believe, because every time you move it and you try to move it back, you're losing or gaining, you know, well, in my case, 5 or 6 thou on the top slide, and I'm not sure how many on the compound, but I'll show you here. So again, you know, you move it and it does nothing for approximately, you know, a lot of thou. I'm probably going to need this light over here more than that. So like, you know, you got 71 there, and these dials are super hard to read. And you got 53 there, so you got almost 20 thou backlash in there. So every time you move it, you know, if you set it to 70 thou, which is where I start, that's going to be my 0 point. I could move this, but I don't think it's really a big deal. I can do basic math. And then this one is, I fixed this one already, but as you can see, like, you know, it's got well, 7 thou backlash before it starts to tighten up again. So you got to account for that every time you drill a hole. So I'm going to start right about there. You know, no real particular place. Like I said, I can make up for it in the grind, just so long as I have enough. Because I got to do about 250 thou, and I got to go down yet. You know, 250 thou, and then over 250 thou. Then I'll have to go 125 thou, but that's going to have to be my 0 mark right there, and everything's going to have to move from that mark, more or less. All right, so I'm going to give her a go here. Not sure if that's a very good explanation for backlash. Like I said, I'm not a bona fide machinist, and I will never claim to be one. I'm just kind of hoping this holds up. Haven't done this before. All right. Well, this will start right there. All the backlash taken up. Well, that's a big ass hole right there. Too big even. Okay, so now we got to move it towards me. 250 thou. So we're at 30. There's 100. 200. And 30. There's to 80. Yeah. So there's no backlash. There it again. Ooh, she really wants to fucking shake though. Yeah, that's actually all we need right there, just a divot. Okay, so now we gotta go bring it back to our 30 mark. You got to go past the 30 and then bring it back the other way to 30 mark to take up the backlash. And that should end us up back right where we left off. Yep, we're good. Now we got to go up. 7 cells. 100. 200. There's 255 right there. No, this might not work. Every time you fuck up, every time you screw up, you gotta take up the backlash again. So these dials are super terrible to read. So let's see where that ends up here. Yeah, I think we're on a flat spot. Yeah. Looking good so far. 100, 200, 50,000. Judging by the looks of these holes, I might have to use a 3/8 tool. It's working surprisingly well. Okay, now to get center of that, in theory, I have to go back 125 thou, 180. There's 80. Take up the backlash. That should be center. We got 125 thou this way too, so 100, 125. Take up the backlash there. Well, that should be center. Well, in theory. We'll take a look at it in a minute. I really would have liked the smaller, whatchamacallit. Okay. Let's have a look at her. See how she looks. The holes are a little bit, I pushed a little too hard there, but that's pretty much bang on. I wasn't using a depth gauge or nothing like that, but spatially speaking, that should be good. So what we're going to do now is we're going to drill these outside holes, the 4 on the outside, with a tiny bit. And then we're going to, there's the zoom button. We're going to drill those outside holes, and then we're going to drill that middle one with a bigger bit, and hopefully file a square hole. Oh. Okay, I'm going to put a drill bit in the chuck. Now, I'll be right back. Alright, so here goes nothing. A little bit of oil. I don't know. Hope this works. I think we are through. Well, honestly, that was not nearly as bad as I thought it would be. All right, well, I'm going to continue to drill these holes, and when I'm ready to switch up the bit, maybe I'll pop back in, but otherwise, might as well just keep on going. Yeah, I think we're good. Ugh, the drill bit looks freaking all over the place, doesn't it? Yeah, I'm a little bit sparse in the drill bit department here, so we're just kind of working with what we got, as usual. I have no idea how this is going to react with those holes in there, so this could be interesting. Now it's going to be kind of an interrupted cut all the way through this. So, yeah. It's going to jam up or fucking throw the part right out of there or snap the tool off. I don't know. How are we looking? Well, we look right on the money, I think. Real easy, real easy. Oh my god, I can't believe that worked. Fuck yeah. Well, hard part's over. Well, I don't know. Still gotta file a bunch of crap. Let's see here. We'll go down. Get a good look at her here. There we go. Looks to be on point. Just a matter of filing her down and squaring it up. Let's head over to the bench. Yeah, so I am pretty surprised that worked out. Because I think it worked out. We'll know in a few minutes here. Hit her with the file and clean her up. Let's see how we fared. Yeah, so I'm thinking this might actually take some time. But you get the idea of what I'm doing here. So. Alright, this is going to be really boring if you watch this. I'll be right back. Alright, so it's kind of a day of firsts today. Okay, so there's our freaking square hole. And the idea behind this, I'm sure you're seeing that, was to stick that in there. Well, it did go in there before. It's a pretty tight fit, so. Oh, come on, man. There we go. Oh yeah, that's better. Right, so that's the idea. Put a cutter in there. And you see that right there? There's our cutter. As it spins, it's going to spin around and cut that. Went ahead and I found a grub screw. I was a little concerned. I didn't know where the hell it came from. I'm like, so I had to do a little bit of a shop search. I'm like, fuck, where's this grub screw come from? But that should hold it, I think. Tighten that in there good. And there's our freaking Arbor. And that'll spin around and hopefully cut a gear. I'll have to obviously sharpen that to a different profile. And that'll be a profile to cut those. Yeah. Okay, so that's my first square hole in a round bar. Side of a round bar, no less. So that was kind of interesting. Didn't work out quite as well as I'd hoped, but you know, hell with it. I didn't have to file quite as much, so that's okay. All right, and also a little bit of catch up on the indexer machiney thingy. Okay, so this is that'll go out, get Loctite on the back, and this is just a matter of turning that, locks that in place. double lock it with the set screw on the side here. And that's it. And just keep, loosen the set screw. Move 2 marks. Down it goes again. See, I said I'd use this for a handle on something. And hopefully that, it's should be plenty rigid enough once that's all Loctited on there. But like, this ain't moving very little. And once the guy locks this in, it won't even budge. I got a little brass nubbin inside there to lock down the mandrel. So I just loosen that. Tighten this up just a scotch. I had to make some fine adjustments with some washers there. And just loosen that up. And it should be consistent enough to cut a gear. I'm hoping. And that's, yeah. So I kind of screwed up. I actually countersunk that spring because it's so strong. And then all of a sudden it was too sloppy in there, so I welded just kind of welded a little bushing on there with the MIG there. And so far it seems, see, like even if I take that up there, that's not going nowhere. So it's only a few cranks and it leaves it enough. Make that perfectly loose, and it's pretty much bang on the money there. And that will be our indexer, which will fit into the milling attachment at some point. Man, we are so close. We are so close to cutting some gears. Whew. I got a couple tidbits of useful tools, I guess would be. Some very useful tools coming this week. I'll fill you in on that when it gets here. But damn, yeah. So cut our first key stock or keyway. Cut our first round hole or square hole in a round piece of bar. For all intents and purposes, it looks like it's going to work. I'm just hoping that little backside there is going to be rigid enough, strong enough, but I think it will be. We're not going to be pushing it too hard. I'll do I'll do half cuts only if I have to, or just take it real slow, one or the other. Whew. Wow. Mission accomplished, just about. It's all over but the crying. Well, thanks for watching, folks. Really appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoy the video. And next time I see you, we're going to be cutting some friggin' gears. One way or the other. Alright, have a good night. Peace out.